don't. Wait, faster corners require more throttle input, a higher gear usually. Slower corners don't. Slower corners require more technicality. Slower corners require more technicality, you know, more on the throttle, more on the brake. What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the Wasting Robin 586 YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be explaining racing lines and how they affect your driving in Forza Motorsport 7. Now, I'm not like the best in the world at this game, obviously. But I'm also not the worst either. I'm actually, in my opinion, pretty decent, but that's for you to decide, probably through this video. So anyways, before we get started, I didn't want to do a rolling start. I wanted to do a standing start, but that's alright. We'll kind of slow down here. Okay. So, firstly, we are in the Aston Martin 177. It's a good car to explain what I'm going to explain. I'm going to be explaining drift lines and drag line, or not drag line, like normal lines. So, basically a racing line is how you take a corner. And what you're trying to do is make the road, the curve as straight as possible. Now, it gets more complicated than that, but basically, the line is outside, inside, outside. So you start on the outside, you turn in at the turn-in point, which is different for every corner because there's different radiuses, different apexes, etc. And you turn in, you hit the apex, which is like the tightest part of the corner, and you're trying to carry the most speed you can through the apex without sliding, understeer. You're trying to just get the car rotated around the corner as best you can. And there goes a plane somewhere. So, let's try to demonstrate this. Hopefully I'm not so bad at demonstrating this. So you get on the gas, kind of short shifting a little, and then you lift or brake or whatever. You come down on the apex, which is about here. I'm going really slow, and then you bounce it out to the outside. Again, we'll demonstrate it again. This is the racing line. That is not the racing line. That is not... Okay, that was demonstrating what you don't want to do. I wasn't on the brakes enough. Okay, outside, inside, outside. Alright, and then for some curves, you have obstacles like the sand. You don't want to be out in the sand. So you try to cut it inside. For other corners, oh shoot. I'm trying to demonstrate here. You go outside, get on the apex. I'm not going full speed, by the way. I'm going pretty close, but not all the way. Outside, inside, outside. Okay, sometimes you want to late apex it because you've got a decreasing radius or such. Or early apex it because you've got the increasing radius is for a late apex. Decreasing is the shoot. Whoops. Don't want to do that. Decreasing radius is for earlier apexes. Alright, here we go. This is a good corner to demonstrate. You have a slow corner, you got to get on the brakes hard. Hug it tight all the way. Start to pick up speed and accelerate hard out. Sometimes you don't need to brake, but let's talk about braking a little bit in regards to race line. This is actually, I'll probably talk about the section next lap, but for braking, you want to brake in as a straight line as possible if you're going from high speed to a slower speed corner. You want to try to brake in a straight line, like as a straight line as possible. If there's like a minimal curve in the way, you kind of just brake, you kind of set it up like this, so that you brake in a straight line, and you have a nice apex, easy apex. Because it's hard to brake under turning, like under cornering, when you're trying to corner. It wants to understeer the car. So if you brake in a straight line, it eases the, what am I trying to say? It eases the, way you can turn the car. Okay, this one's full throttle. Full throttle corner is easy. You keep the throttle down. Okay, we'll do one more lap. There's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is sacrificing corners. You don't really have to do it here. This is pretty simple. You apex these ones as best you can. Let's try to get a better apex on this one. Okay, so yeah, what I'm doing is I'm braking in a straight line, lifting off, hitting the apex, and getting back on the gas. So yeah, that's another thing. You want to hit the apex and get on the gas when you are on the apex, unless it's a wide open corner. Oh man, I got a little loose there. Okay, I lied. There's more than one thing I want to talk about, but yeah. So brake, hit the apex, and get back on the gas for a smooth exit. Now, sometimes it's a tighter corner, and you tend to get on the power a little too early, or have too much power for the tires can handle. I did that last lap too. Wow. And then you spin out. I will demonstrate that, or not spin out, but spin the tires, get loose, something. Okay, so you like let's say you do this. You brake hard in a straight line. You get back, you get on the apex, and then you get on the gas too early, and you do something like that. Okay, that's throttle management. Basically, what you're gonna do is manage the amount of gas you input into the car. Oh boy. Alright, this section, I wanted to talk about this section. So basically what we're doing here is sacrificing corners. I'm actually going to turn around and reference this. So, if we go back down to this straight here, we'll just go down right here. Okay, short shifted a little bit until it gets up into some good high speed. Anyway, so you brake here. You have to brake through this corner, and you're sacrificing that corner so that you can get a better corner here. And then you sacrifice this corner right here. This corner is very slow. If it didn't have a right-handed right after it, you're sacrificing that corner so you can get better speed through this one. Okay, and what I mean by that is you're taking a slightly different line than you normally would if there were a straightaway after it, after the corner, to benefit you for the up corner, like I just did there, the upcoming corner. It usually hurts is slower for one corner, but you always want to go the fastest through the corner that has a straightaway, so that you can have the most straightaway speed possible. See, like I'll sacrifice that corner, take an inside line on the exit, and get back on the gas for that one because it's a pretty straight line after it. That's just something to know about sacrificing corners there. Okay, so that is the racing portion of the lessons, the line lessons, the driving lines and Forza lessons. Let's talk about a little bit about drifting. Okay, drifting is a little different. I already made a video on this, but basically, we talked about you get as much speed as you can, then you initiate. There's multiple ways to initiate, okay? So you can either flick and get some angle that way and drift that way, or if you're using manual, you can pop the clutch, or sometimes you even have enough speed to just slide in. But I guess the main way that I use is to use the e-brake. So I'll get a good head of speed, scrub, hit the brakes and the e-brake at the same time, and that will be my initiation. I already did this in the other video, but we'll just continue. Anyways, that's how you start the initiation. When do you start the initiation? Well, the corner's coming up. Like, it's all about comfort, really. You can do it in the middle of the corner. So you could be here, this is the apex, and start drifting there. yeah, so that's what that means. Basically, okay, so then the middle of the corner, let's talk about that. You initiate, then you get on the gas. As soon as you're done initiating and you're sideways enough, you get on the gas. That is what needs to happen. So, like, here, watch, I'll do it here. You need to get on the gas. And get on the throttle. More gas usually equals more angle. Yeah, so more gas equals more angle. And basically, you're trying to do the same thing you would in a normal racing line. You know, get the apex, get down on the apex. Sacrificing corners for, oops, had a little spin there. Sacrificing corners to get to, basically all the things I taught, or I talked about earlier in this video, apply. Sometimes you gotta reinitiate. Okay, so basically, what I'm doing in the middle of the corner to keep my line is basically inputting throttle, lifting off the throttle, braking, using the e-brake, all of that. So I'll demonstrate that here. So initiate, use the throttle there, lift off to transition. You gotta lift off to transition. So basically what I mean by that is, when you're in like a right-handed corner and you're drifting to the left, or you're drifting like that, transition comes off. So you lift off, you hold the angle of the steering wheel, and then you rotate the wheel as the car continues to slide, and then you get in a drift this way. So here, I'll demonstrate that here. So you get in a drift, lift off, and you're sliding again. See, you lift off there to transition, and I'm keeping it tight on the apex. Yeah, you just gotta, slower speed corners require more gas input, more throttle. Faster corners, don't. Wait, faster corners require more throttle input, a higher gear usually. Slower corners don't. Slower corners require more technicality. Slower corners require more technicality, you know, more on the throttle, more on the brake. It all just depends what the corner is. So, oh, easy now. Easy there, Tiger. So you can't really drift that one, but here, we'll drift these. Sometimes you go all the way across, initiate that way, and flick it. There it is, there's a transition. You just gotta, basically, drifting is all about feel, for me at least. And practice. Nice little wall tap there. See, like, let's see if we can drift this corner. There's the initiation, I had to grab forward. Ah, dang it. Usually, more throttle, okay, I think I said this, but usually more throttle input indicates that you're gonna get more angle out of the car. Lifting off means that you're not gonna get as much angle. I'll show that here. So we're gonna initiate on the brakes. See, I'm lifting less angle, but if I initiate again, gas, I get on the gas, and that's more angle. I'm over exaggerating here, but you get the point. I'm just trying to teach you how to drift and how to line. So basically, if you're not, and getting on the throttle also equals more forward momentum. So you're going sideways, but getting on the throttle means more forward momentum. So if you're not on the apex in the corner, you're trying to get on the gas as much as you can without spinning out. I'm losing my tires. My tires are shot. You're trying to get on the gas as much as you can to close that apex and keep it on the exit. Usually you have to use more throttle on the exit of a corner too, because it's you're like backing out into it, so you gotta get on the gas to keep it on the track. Whoa, 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 whoa! That thing gripped up on me. I'm trying to teach, but It's not working so well right now. See, you gotta get on the gas to keep the exit, keep the car in line on the exit. See, I'm not even on the apex. Gotta get on the gas to try and correct that. Didn't really work out for my favor. See, we're getting down, gas is on the apex, and less angle. Usually, less angle means more forward momentum too. So you gotta be careful about that. See, nice, we're still on the gas, gotta lift to transition. See, that was a good drift there, and then initiate, get it really sideways. See, less throttle input for a slower corner. And then back on the gas hard in the exit there. We don't want to go sliding into any walls. We don't want to do that either. But yeah, I think you get the point. We'll just finish out this lap here. I don't think I have anything else I want to talk about. Make sure your car can drift if you want to go drifting. Oh, hang on one sec. Hello? Okay. Yep, bye. Okay, yeah, let's finish this lap out. Gotta transition. It's just all about feel. You gotta feel what the car's doing. And then, you know, feeling what the car is gonna do comes with practice. See, that was kind of a bad line, huh? And I didn't carry enough speed. The more angle you have, the better. I'll say that. Not very much angle there. See, look at that, look at that. I'm gonna get up close to the wall. And drifting is all about getting close to the wall. Okay. It's kind of hard for me to do this right now because my tires are shot. But there we go. There we go. One last corner. Nice. Yeah, see, listen to that thing. It just wants to climb. But across the line, nonetheless. And he's on the brakes. My AI was on the brakes. Alright, but yeah. That's basically Racing Line and Forza Motorsport 7. That is gonna do it for me today, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you all for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Wait, thank you all for watching. I have 0 on 9 AM Mountain Standard Time for the next daily.